happened here? Those kids! Unbelievable. 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 My favourite plant as well. Ridiculous. They always grow back. They always grow back. Hopefully. So, what happened? So I was upstairs getting ready for my day and I could hear some commotion downstairs from two kids alone, which is always a disaster. I should have learned my lesson by now. One of them's 8 and one of them is 4. Never leave kids alone, especially when there's plants in the house. So I came downstairs in the morning and I found this on the workbench. So obviously one of them, I think the younger one, had fallen into this plant and broke a few stems, quite a bit of damage. But they always grow back, like I say. This plant isn't dead, it's just injured. I don't know, we're gonna try and figure it out together. I think the first step is to cut it right back and hopefully new stems will grow and then we'll see if we can propagate these stem pieces. So he absolutely went to town on this bad boy because there is some extensive damage. So there's this bit that's clearly hanging on by a thread. We need to sort that out. And there's this piece here, which is this piece here. So that's just come straight off. So that's not good. It looks like the leaves are wilting as well. So I'm not sure we'll be able to rescue that, to be honest. So the first thing to do is to sort out this bit that's hanging on by a thread. I'm gonna have to cut back right in there and tidy this end piece up. So hopefully a new stem will grow out of there. Got another little stem piece here. I'll just tidy up. Pruning that off at the base there. And then we have this, looks like that's been chopped in half. And there's a little growth point just at the base here. So I'm just gonna chop this back to that point, which leaves me with a very lopsided plant. There's one stem growing here with 2 offshoots. There's this mini growth here. There should be, it's missing half a plant basically. So to even it up, I think I have to cut these back and then just wait for entirely new growth to come through. So where shall I cut this back? I'm gonna cut it back right there. And on this one, I'm gonna cut it back right there, so it's fairly even. And this longer piece in the middle looks quite awkward, so I'm gonna cut it back to that node. So what do we do with all these cuttings that we've taken off the plant? Well, we propagate them and we turn them into brand new plants. So you could say it's a blessing in disguise because I get lots of new coleus plants. So let's prep these up. Doesn't look like much at the moment, does it? But thankfully, the coleus is a very fast grower and it doesn't mind being cut back in this fashion. I've done it before, not quite as drastic as this though. It does like lots of light, so I'm gonna put it in my nice bright spot down there in front of my east-facing window to lap up the sun, and hopefully new stems will start to shoot out, and I'll show you the progress of this at the end of the video. Good luck, my little angels. The great thing about the coleus plant is that they are dead easy to propagate. So the coleus mother that we have over there, I'll show you in a sec, has successfully grown babies. So all of these cuttings, I think, have good roots. So nice root tissue on there, nice and beige, exactly what you want to see. Nice and healthy. That one as well, that one could do with some extra light, I think, must have been hidden in the glass, because the leaves aren't as vibrant red, but nice healthy roots that should still grow. So that's 2 cuttings. This one's nice healthy roots and some new growth at the top, it looks like. These are like new leaves coming out of the top. So they will continue to grow in water cuttings. They will start sending out new leaves and new stems. So you don't have to put them into soil. You can just leave them to grow in water if you wanted to. So I've got lots of brand new coleus plants. So every cloud has a silver lining. So all that's left to do is to pot these on into soil, into their own pots, and then I'll show you the mother plant. And here she is. Here is the mother plant coleus. She's looking very handsome. She's put on lots of growth in 7 weeks since I made the cuts. So it looks like there's about 7 new stems that have grown. Look at the color of the leaves. Absolutely gorgeous plant. I can see why it's so popular on the channel. But in all the cuts that I made on all the stems, it has produced new stems with lots of new leaves. So it does push out lots of growth once it gets going. I've had it in a bright spot on my windowsill there, and it's pushed out lots of growth. I would say though that it's a little bit lopsided. There's growth all going to that side and no growth going here, because there's obviously a stem here that was going that way that I had to cut off. So all the growth is on the old stems going that way. So really, it's probably not the coleus plant that I want really, because I don't want it to be, I want it to fan out in a kind of tree-like fashion rather than all growing in one direction. So I've got my propagation, so I imagine that they will become the main plants, and this will just be a plant that I take cuttings from going forwards. So yeah, just shows that you don't have to throw your plant out if the worst happens. If you enjoyed this video, then make sure you check out this one next. It was a blast. I'll see you there.